Hey there, boot campers. How are you guys? Wow, you've made it all the way to day 24, which means this is the second to last boot camp that we have left, and then boot camp is over, and I will miss you guys so terribly much. Thank you for the laughter and for the tears and for the memories and for the vision casting. Thank you for the new friendships. Thank you for the new cross-line friendships and for the ways that you guys have poured into me. Thank you so much for all of your precious and sweet messages and for your encouragement and for your admonishment and for your corrections and making the book better. I am a better leader because of you guys. So thank you for the honor of being able to teach you. It's not something that I take lightly or something that I take for granted. Matter of fact, my teenage son and I were just sitting on the couch praying over boot camp together before we started this evening, because we just take it so seriously, the words that are coming out of my mouth that the Lord is giving me to pass along to you is not a burden that we carry lightly in this house. So thank you for the honor of watching these. I just sit here and I start talking and I can't believe how many people are on these boot camps. Like I can't believe how much fight there is in Young Living. Guys, you've got to believe me. If you can make it 4.9 weeks into this intense boot camp, which is the hardest leadership training I've ever seen in Young Living anywhere. If you can make it this far, read a book, a 300-page book. It's not like it's a 20-page book. Do 26, different workbook assignments and watch 25 plus hours of video. You guys have the tenacity to be diamonds. You know that, right? You know that you've already got it. You've already got what it takes to go diamond. So if you've made it this far in the boot camp, you've got to keep going. Okay, you've got to promise me. I want you guys to promise me that you're going to keep going and that you're going to use the system and you're going to keep duplicating it and you're going to keep getting out there and you're going to keep teaching classes. Like, you have to give me your word, because all of you guys that are on right now, all 7,000 of you that are watching this, there could be 7,000 diamonds in Young Living. You know that, right? There's only 220 of them right now, but there could be 7,000 just from this initial run of boot camp, just from this very beginning. So, the Lord has blessed us with the book sales. He's blessed us with new friends, but I stand true to the very first thing that I said when I started boot camp, and that is, I want you guys to be free. We wrote the book not to be blessed. While it is a blessing, the Lord is blessing us through it. That's really not why I wrote the book. I truly wrote the book because I know what it feels like to be poor. Okay, I know how long we were in that place, and I know how hard it is and how you feel like you have no hope and you feel like you can't get out of that place. If you promise me, guys, that you will stick with the principles in this book, that you're going to get out there, you're going to teach classes, you're going to pour into your leaders, that you're going to contact people, get them on Essential Rewards, and you're just going to do those 3 things and keep working on your businesses and never ever give up. Guys, I know you can be diamond. I know you can, okay? You have it in you to do this. So please, don't give up, okay? Don't give up. Y'all are making me cry again. Poverty over. So thank you for the honor and the blessing of being able to lead you. It's never, ever something that I take for granted. But I want to see the results. Okay? And the results are only going to happen when you guys apply this stuff. I want to see your OGVs go up because you're out there teaching a class a week. Okay? I want to see your accountability worksheets and the way that you've built partners and you guys are checking in with each other. I want to see what you're doing on your teams and doing Facebook Lives. Like, share that stuff with me. Show me, hey, Sarah, my OGV was 500 when I started this, and 6 months later I'm a silver. Like, I want to see that stuff from you guys, because I know this works. All right. I know this works, and I know that you guys can get all the way to diamond if you don't give up. So I'm going to trudge through the last 2 nights of boot camp, and then I'm committed to every Tuesday night for a half an hour, I'm going to answer your questions, because I probably we're figuring around 1,100 to 1,300 questions a day. So if you have written me and I haven't written you back, it's probably going to take me months to get through the messages just from boot camp. So just have some patience with me. I'm trying to answer them, but it's hard to keep up with that kind of a volume. I'm just a mom. I'm just a mom of 5. I'm sitting in my living room. See, there's my oils, there's our DVDs, there's our homeschool shelves. Out the window is our backyard where we play basketball. Like, I'm just a regular mom, just like you. I'm sitting on my couch talking to you from my couch. So I'm not anything special. I'm just a Sarah I know the Lord loves me, and that gives me a lot of joy, and it gives me the hope to keep going, because I know that He has put gifts in me that allow me to continue to move on. But I'm not any different than you guys. I really, truly, I'm exactly the same as you guys are. And 2 years ago, I didn't have any hope either. I didn't know what my way was. I didn't have a way out of this. So where's your awesome? My awesome oil shelves? Do you guys want to know? I'd love to share where I got my shelves from. It's very special to me. So that shelf, do you guys like that? That's a big one. They've got little ones. They got a lot of little ones. That was made by my brother-in-law. So my sister, this is my husband's sister's husband. So my brother-in-law, who's legally blind, he makes those. Isn't that crazy? And you know me, I love plugging other people's businesses. He's been a woodsmith since he was a little boy. His father, his grandfather is a woodworker, and he does wood shows and stuff in Illinois. All right, I'm going to show you my really filthy table right now. Oh, there's my husband. He's going to get so mad at me because he's not feeling well tonight. There he is. But can you see that table over there that's kind of covered in DVDs that we're sending out? But that whole big table, he made that for us. He made this big red hutch for us, and he's blind. So yeah, if you guys want to bless him, the Facebook page is Napier Novelties, and they're in South Carolina. So they can't ship a table to you, and it's about $50 to ship those shelves. So just a heads up. But I know he would make it and ship it to you if you wanted to bless their family. I know that would mean a lot to them. Yeah, they're just an amazing family. So give them oils. Yeah, he's got an entire page, and you'll be blown away by his stuff. So Napier Novelties on Facebook, and I'll put the link up for you when I'm done. All right. All right, here we go. We're in it to win it tonight. We're down to the last. I can't, Becky, while I'm holding my phone. See, I'm doing a Facebook Live, and I'm actually holding my phone right now, so I can't put it up right now, but as soon as I'm done, I will, all right? We're in it to win it. So this is the second to last boot camp out of 5 weeks of boot camp. The very, very end. We're like at the very last dregs of it, and I'm going to miss you guys so much. But Tuesday nights, 8:30, if you have questions that you want me to answer, I will be on for a half an hour. I'm only going to commit a half an hour a week because I need to give my body a chance to heal from doing 5 weeks of videos and writing a book. While we were doing boot camp, I wrote the mini. So I wrote another book. We're still trying to get the DVDs up. We've been wrestling with Audible and trying to get that up. So there's a lot going behind the scenes. In addition to boot camp, I probably spend 5 to 6 hours a day on boot camp every single day, not including the time that we're teaching. So my body's very tired, and I'm going to allow it to rest a little bit in the month of February. But I will get on Tuesday nights from 8:30 to 9 Eastern time. If you have questions and I haven't answered you yet on the email, it's because I'm sorting through those thousands and thousands and thousands of questions. So if you have something that you want to ask me, pop on then. And I know we're going to have thousands of people on Tuesday nights, but I'll just pluck questions and I'll sit there for half an hour and I'll answer them, all right? Are the minis shipped? No, they're very close though. They're very, very close to going out. Very close. And they look amazing, like amazing. When I saw the minis, I thought it was going to be, like kind of the cheap paper and the little tiny books and no gloss on them. And they were just going to be, okay. They look as good as the big ones. Like they're glossy. They're sharp looking. I just got to see the first one earlier today. They're smaller. They're a little bit smaller, but they look really good. So for $1 a piece, like I just spent $2,200 on them for my team so that I can ship them out across my team because I'm really excited. I want you to know I use my own tools. So I can't wait till those get in your hands. Keep telling your leaders about them and giving them the bulk discounts. All right. Keep giving them the link so people know how to get their hands on these resources. All right. Especially on your teams. So let's start with a couple announcements real quick, and then we're going to jump right into the training tonight, you ninja warriors. The Audible is still not up yet, but we're like in the last dregs of it. We refresh constantly, looking and looking and looking and looking and looking. And they told us it could be 12 to 14 days. I think tomorrow's day 11. So it should be any day that the Audible is up. And we really, truly believe that version of the book is going to go all the way to #1, that we're going to beat Donald Trump. So tell everybody when the Audible is off. All right. My favorite way is to gift the people that finish your boot camp the Audible. I think it's a great way to continue their learning and keep it fresh in their head. So if you all want to pray over the Audible version, we'd appreciate that. It has been accepted. The reason why it's taking so long is because it has to go through 3 publishers. So the book only went through 1 publisher, but Audible has to go through Audible. It has to go through Amazon, and it has to go through iTunes before they approve it. So because there's 3 different publishers involved, that's why it takes longer than the book. book, but it should be any day. We've been praying that it would go up before the last day of boot camp. So if you would join us in prayer over that we can get it up before tomorrow night, man, I would love to share that link with you before we end our boot camp. But if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. So the Audible 101 class, we don't have an Audible 101 class. We just have it for free up on the website. So there won't be an Audible because Audible would charge you for it. We wanted to keep it free. We want to keep it free. So don't look for CDs. The only resources we have in the back of the book are DVDs and then the books. We don't have any CDs. All the CDs are free. Okay, they're all that stuff is free. The only thing that I have that's a CD would be the 101 class, which is already up on the website for you. So you should be able to download that. And once it's a file on your computer, find somebody who's tech savvy and you can burn those to CDs. You have permission to hand those out and we're totally okay with it. All right, totally okay with it. So I'm not going to spend hundreds of hours answering questions on how to burn them because every computer is different. Apple's different, Mac is different, PC is different. So just find somebody techie who knows how to convert and save. Probably your kids would know how to do that. And you'll be able to burn them. You can get stacks of CDs at Sam's Club, 100 of them for $20. So they literally cost 20 cents each to be able to burn them. They're really cheap. And you can hand them out like candy at your classes and just say, hey, you know somebody who was supposed to be here in the class. They weren't here. So take this and give it to them. All right. You've got full rights to anything on the oilabilityteam.com website. Anything up there you want to share, any graphics, any audio, any video, like anything. It's completely yours. Yeah, you can Google it too. Please don't write me asking me though. I'm going to cry if I have like 400 messages asking me how to burn CDs. There's YouTube videos. It's really not very difficult. It's not too bad, but just find somebody tech savvy close to you and ask them and they'll be able to help you with it. And once you got it set up on your computer, it's easy to do. Very, very easy to do. So I want to tell you about Audible. Everything on the oilabilityteam.com site is free. And the rule of thumb is if it's in the book, please respect the content in the book because that belongs to Amazon. And we break copyright laws if you guys are typing that stuff out and then handing it to your teams. You really bless us if you have your teams get the book. That's how you can say thank you to John and I. Leaving a review on Amazon would say thank you to John and I. So we thank you in advance. We're really, really grateful. Marcia just did the one thing I told you guys not to do. She said, how do I burn a CD? Okay, all right. I think she was messing with me because I was about to cry. She's got a smiley laughing at me. I'm like, no, please, no questions on burning CDs. It's not hard, I swear. It's really not. But every device is different. So for us to type out a sheet on how to do it would just not be effective. All right. So the DVDs, we're hoping the resources in the back of the game plan book should be up by the end of March. We were aiming for the end of January, but you guys, you bought 60,000 books. 60,000 books in 4 weeks. So we just hadn't been able to keep up with the volume. We're one family. It's my husband and me and our 5 children. And we have a wonderful graphic arts team of 2 people and a wonderful marketing team of 2 people. So, we all have kids. We're all homeschooling and we're doing the best we can to stay ahead of you guys. Yeah, she's asking, there is no CDs. So How to Get Your Oils for Free is not a CD. It's a DVD and it'll be up on Amazon. All right. We'll get it up on Amazon for you. Just give us a little bit of time to get through it. I got to let my body heal. And then we'll get them up. All right. But as soon as we have it up, yeah, you'll know. All right. We're putting a capture button up on the website. So if you pop on the website and a little box pops up and says, hey, do you want to know when Sarah's new stuff comes out? Just put your information in there. It's just going to be your name and your email. I swear to you, I will never, ever, ever spam you. And I'm not going to write you every day. I'm just going to write you when I'm in the area speaking or when we release something new, just so you guys know that the new stuff is coming out. That way, if you miss it on the Facebook page, then you'll see it. You'll see it when we get new stuff out. So if you haven't put your information on the capture yet, then pop back on there tomorrow or the day after. It should be up, and make sure you put your information in there so that you know when stuff is coming out. Okay. I give you my word. The only time I will write you is when I'm speaking or when I am releasing something new. Okay, releasing something new. So we're hoping the DVDs will be by the end of March. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of you guys have written me about the DVDs, and we're doing our best. Okay, we're doing our best. What we do have up that is new for this evening, precious crossline team in Wyoming, some really good friends of ours with serious design skills, made t-shirts, mugs, embroidered hats and bags, and they're all for you guys to purchase for your team. And I put a couple of pictures up just so you could see what they've been working on for the last couple of weeks. They're amazing. Hashtag Diamond Rising, hashtag Poverty Over, hashtag Harvest Year. So we're making pretty much nothing on these. We just wanted to have them for you guys guys as a resource. They're nice. They're good quality stuff. It's embroidered on the hats and everything. The shirts are nice material. The bags we try to keep a little bit cheaper so you guys could, when you're training your 2 to train 2, you can put the bags in you can put the workbooks and the books inside those bags and ship them out. The reason that I thought it would be good to have that stuff is because it keeps it at the forefront of your mind. I really believe that a lot of the things that the Lord has put in this book have been God inspired. Poverty over. I don't believe that the Lord calls us to live in debt. There's a lot of verses in scripture that talk about that. Harvest year, the year of the Jubilee. That's a biblical concept. Okay. Diamond rising, not really a biblical concept, but in Young Living ease, in Young Living terms, it just explains that God's goals and God's dreams are bigger than your dreams might be, and to trust him, right? To trust him. So a lot of these ideas came from the word, and from the way that the Lord has poured into us. So the benefit to getting something like that, even if it's just a little $10 mug off of the site, is that it keeps the reminder of where you're going in your mind. So whichever one of those things sticks with you, whether it's poverty or whether it is the goal of diamond, or whether it's, we have one made up called Game Plan Bootcamp Survivor. Do you know how these came about? It's because a team wrote me and said, Sarah, we want to wear those shirts on the cruise so everybody can see, where we're going. Like, we want to market this on the cruise for you with Young Living. So can you get something up so we have something to wear when we're on the cruise? I was like, sure, that's a great idea. So this team did the whole thing. I literally haven't touched any of it. We are working on a button right now, literally as I speak. The web team is on it as I'm talking, a button that'll say shop. And if you click on that, it should take you to the entire Shopify store. So you can go order stuff. And like I said, we're making pretty much nothing on it. These are just the Shopify prices. We're not out to make money off of you guys. It really is just to keep the stuff that you've learned in the forefront of your mind. So that if it's been a couple of weeks and you haven't looked at the book and you haven't been teaching classes or anything, and you go to grab some cocoa and you go grab your Diamond Rising cup, all of a sudden it's right there in front of you again. The Lord tells us to write scripture on the walls of our house, to constantly have it in the forefront of our mind. And I believe the principle applies to biblical tenets also, like poverty over. All right, those tenets of scripture, we're supposed to keep them right here in the forefront of our mind. So if you have a bag, if you have a mug, if you have a hat, if you have a shirt, it's going to constantly remind you, oh yeah, that's the direction I'm heading. Oh, wow, the button's already up. Look at that. That's crazy. So may that bless you guys. I hope that helps to keep it right in front of your mind. You don't need to thank me for this. I literally did nothing. These are just crossline teams that are coming alongside because they love game plan. Like, they really love the stuff that the Lord has imparted to us that we wrote down and just gave to you guys. So they wanted to come alongside it so you can say thank you to that amazing team from Wyoming. A phone case. We'll have to look and see. On a button. Okay, the button works. The button's up. Wow, they're fast. You guys are quick. Like, I didn't even click on it yet to see if the button was there. So that's awesome. The whole store should be up. I think the only thing we're waiting on is black embroidered hats. I think everything else is up at the hats. So, all right. I think that's everything. The oil of the night. Let's see. Google Diamond Rising in the Bible. Most of us have probably heard the term diamond in the rough. The phrase is used when someone refers to a person's exceptional hidden characteristics. I didn't get to see the rest of it, Janice, because I cut it off, but my vision board's on my dresser. That's awesome. I love you guys. So our oils of the night, you know me and my oil addiction, so I can never, ever actually just pick one oil of the night. So I figured tonight for Surviving Boot Camp, a really good oil would be Trauma Life. Maybe Relieve It would be really good too, because y'all have been through some trauma watching 25 hours of video, right? I'm totally messing with you. That's not the oil of the night. But I did get your goat there for just a second. So here's a couple of oils. Oh, the website, oilabilityteam.com. Oilabilityteam.com. So here are some of the oils for the evening. Acceptance, because I want you guys to accept what the Lord has for you, that you're all diamonds and that God has got some amazing things ahead of you this year. And you're going to make huge strides if you're applying the stuff that you're learning out of this boot camp. Like, your life is not going to look the same a year from now. It's not going to look the same. So accept the road that the Lord has got you on so that you know where you're going, right? Next one is harmony. Harmony, because I really want you guys to spend time this year connecting with your team. It's really, really, really important that you're connecting with your team. All right. And so harmony allows you to let things go that don't matter, to focus on the mountains instead of the anthills, and to just develop this oneness with your leaders over the course of the year. Humility. is one of my oils for tonight because it is so critical that you stay in a place of humbleness when you're leading. Don't ever get to the place where you think you're all that. Okay, when you get to that place, I just think of that verse in scripture about the Lord giving and taking away. You don't want to be in the place where God takes away. Okay, you don't want to be in that place. So, and He will. He will take it away. I've seen people lose their rank because they don't have humility. So wherever you are, wherever you're going, and you guys, you hold me accountable this too. If I hit Royal Crown Diamond and you come up to me and I'm arrogant and a pompous little stinker, you say, Sarah, you told us on day 24 to stay humble and have humility, and I want you to hold me to that too. I'm telling you, all the thousands of you guys watching this, you hold me to that. So humility is one of my favorites. I really love it because I think it's a good reminder that God's the one that gives us our talents. You know, He's the one that gives us all of our abilities and our gifts. He's the one that assembles our team for us. If we sign some rock star that carries our OGV all the way to diamond, we didn't do that. God did that. Okay, so when we're taking the credit for the stuff He's doing, it's a really good opportunity for Him to take away your rank. All right. So humility is one that I diffuse often, very, very often. I think you can get humility in the, is it in the feelings kit? Dream Catcher is another one that I use. Now, this one is used a lot for kids who have nightmares, or if you feel like you're having a spiritual attack. It's very good for spiritual attacks. But I also like it as a vision casting oil too. One of the purposes, we're going through and rehashing some stuff tonight. One of the reasons I picked this oil for this evening is because I want to remind you that God's dreams are bigger than your dreams. Okay, He can dream so much bigger than you. And if you don't believe that, as soon as this is over, I want you to step outside and go look up at the stars in the sky, right? Because He created all of them. He created the universe with a spoken word. All right, He created all of it. He set the world into motion. He created the earth, and you know His dreams. They're so much bigger, so much bigger than our dreams are. So I love Dreamcatcher because it just reminds me, hey, don't put God in a box. Don't put God in a box. Smells really good too. Next up, transformation. This is a really good oil in between ranks. So when you're about to go to the next rank, or you know the next rank is coming, this is a really, really good oil to use because it just reminds me what I'm going to need at the next level of leadership. Okay, transformation is a great oil, especially if you're doubting your ability to lead. Like if you're silver and you're about to go gold, or if you're gold and you know in the next 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, you're going to go platinum. Transformation is a wonderful oil to prepare you for the level of leadership that you need at the next rank. So it's to remind you that you're in the process of becoming a new creation and a new creature, and God is using your voice to speak to hundreds and thousands of people and to pour into those people and pour into your teams. You are just as vital to your team as I am to the game plan book, okay? You're just as vital to the people that are in your circle and on your team. And so transformation allows you to step into that role. All right, it allows you to step into that role. I think when we do the next edition of the book, I'm going to have to add all the oils of the chapter in so that they can relive this, because the boot camp has kind of become its own beast. We're having a party on the boot camp here. I would love you to make a poem out of all the chapters. That's awesome. One of the things we're going to do too is you're going to see me putting quotes up from the book a lot as well that you can share with your teams. Anything that's on the Facebook page, you guys can share. And actually, it blesses me when you share it because it gets the game plan name out to more people. So please honor me with sharing my posts. I would love that. I would love that. So if I put a picture up, you don't ever need to ask me to share it. Okay. If it's on any of our Facebook stuff, if it's on the team website, it belongs to you as far as I'm concerned. The only time we run into any trouble at all is if it's up on Amazon, because then they own it. All right. But if it's off of Amazon, please share my posts, share our pictures, share our links. Victory with us when we sell 60,000 books, and when Audible goes all the way to #1, share the post when Audible goes to #1. All right, let's get this book in everybody's hands so that we can come alongside Gary and Mary's goal of getting oils into every home in the world. How do we do that? With leaders. How do we raise leaders? Game plan. Okay, game plan. So the next oil is surrender. This one's really important, okay? You have to get to a point where you let your business go. And I'm not saying don't work, okay? Don't get me wrong here. That's not what I mean. It's not about not working. It's about surrendering your business to the Lord and just saying, God, you know what? I trust you. You know the hair on my head. You know the sparrows out in the field. You're taking care of them. I know you're taking care of my business. And there is nothing that I'm going to withhold from you. It all belongs to you. It's yours. My income is yours. My time is yours. My gifts are yours. My writing is yours. My speaking is yours. My leaders are yours. My team is yours. My OGV is yours. My legs are yours. Everything I have in this business is yours. The oils on my shelves, They're yours, okay? My children are yours. Everything's yours. And so, you get to a place where you just hand it all over to him. And then when things don't go the way that you plan, it doesn't matter, right? Because it's God's. It belongs to him. It's his. So he's got a plan and a purpose for it. It doesn't matter if something goes wrong. He promises in his word he's going to turn all things for good. So if you've surrendered to him, then you don't ever have to have fear. You don't ever have to have anxiety. You don't ever have to have worry. You don't have to have anything because you already gave it to God. If you gave your classes to him, why do you worry over them? You don't need to. He's already got it, right? Right, guys? I mean, can we agree on that? He's already got it. So if you live in that place of worry and anxiety and fear and all of that, this is a really good oil to just let it go. We call it the frozen oil, and it's blue, which is pretty cool too. So frozen oil, because you're letting it go. And then the last oil for tonight, this is just one of my personal favorites, sensation. Sensation. And you're just like, Sarah, isn't that like a sex oil? Why are you talking about sensation? I said the word sex on here. Because I believe it's part of edifying marriage. But sensation, this is one of my favorite oils because it allows you to feel the heartbeat of your team, okay? It allows you to feel where you're going. I feel like emotions and passion run rampant when I put this thing in the diffuser. It just pulls it right out of me. I love using sensation right before I speak. I think it makes for a much more powerful speaking experience. I don't know. Maybe I'm more dramatic. I have no idea, but I just love this oil. I mean, really, truly love this oil. Love this oil. So it's one of my favorite oils. Whenever I pull it out, my husband's like, yes. It's so excited. But I do like to use it when I'm speaking. And I don't know, I just think it brings passion to your business. Just brings passion. All right. So include it in your regular orders for passion. All right. In your passion. Joyce says, so far I have none of the recommendation of oils. It's all on my dream list. Yeah. All right. So into our training for the night. Don't forget Trauma Life. That was our joke oil tonight, just for you guys surviving the boot camp, right? We got one more day of boot camp left. It's crazy. I'm going to end this very last night of boot camp with some encouragement. It's really easy for you guys to close the book, look at your OGV, and walk away. Right? Go ahead and give me a high five if that's where you're at. Like, you're looking at your OGV, you see where diamond is, 250,000, like, isn't even on your radar right now. Like, if you could get to 2,000 and be a senior star, that's like something you could fathom. 250 is like, okay, Sarah, sure. Yeah, I'm a diamond rising, whatever, right? Come on, be real with me. High five me if that's where you guys are at. Cause I get there. When I hit platinum and we had an OGV of 100,000, I never thought we'd have an OGV of 100,000, right? No, tomorrow night's the last night. We got one more night. But I never thought that we would hit 100,000, like ever. So, but even when I crossed the 100,000 mark, I was like 250. Yeah, right. Like no, and here we are. It's been a year and we're right on the cusp of 250 this month. And I step back and I'm like, God, I did it again. I told you I wasn't going to put you in a box and I put you in the box. So when you're in that place where you feel like you're going to walk away because you don't think that you can get to that rank or to that OGV, Leslie, you're going to get executive. You will, because you fight for it and you're out there and you're teaching classes and that's it. That's all you need. You need passion. You need to be teaching classes. Okay. That's it. So don't walk away. Okay. Don't walk away. Don't walk away. Even a platinum rank, I've had so many days where I just want to walk away. Let me pass along 2 secrets that keep me going. Okay, when I get to those places where I'm just like, oh man, I don't even, well, now we're on the cusp of diamond and now I'm looking at crown diamond and I'm doing it again. Oh, 750,000 OGV. Like, I have no idea how we're going to hit that. And then I just step back and I go, yeah, I do. I know exactly how I'm going to hit that. I'm going to go teach classes. to go from diamond to crown, I'm going to get the 101 in front of as many people as I can, right? I'm going to work on my leaders, get them through boot camp, and get people on ER. Like, that's it. It's the same 3 things I'm telling you guys. So to go from diamond to crown, I'm going to do the same 3 things you're doing. And when we hit crown, I'm going to go, oh my gosh, now we got to go from 750 to 1.5 million. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the same 3 things I'm telling you guys to do, like again and again and again. There's no secret to it. There's no secret to doing this. It's the same 3 things. All right. It's the same 3 things. And any diamond you talk to is going to tell you the same 3 things. They might use different words for it, but it's the same 3 things. Okay. So here are the 2 things that I want to tell you just when you're in that place where you're like, I don't know if I'm ever going to get there. Number 1, comparison will kill you. It will kill you, okay? So promise me, do not rate your beginning by somebody else's middle. Their life is like an iceberg, and the bulk of their story is under the ocean waves. It's under the ocean waves. You have no idea what it took for that person to fight for their rank, to fight for it. I don't ever want you guys to look at any of the diamonds that are up on stage and say, oh, it was handed to them. If I find you, I will smack you if you say that, because every single diamond that I've ever met had a crazy story. Like, it's absolutely insane. All right. They've got amazing story, an amazing story of fight. And I'm proud of every single one of them. I'm proud of every single platinum. I'm proud of every single gold. I'm proud of every single silver. You're a silver, you're in the top 1% of the entire company. If you're a star, you're in the top 8% of $1 billion company. I'm proud of every single star. I'm proud of every single distributor that's building to star. Okay, every single one of you. So number one is comparison's going to kill you, all right? You have no idea what it took for the person to fight for their rank. So don't rate your starting place by their mile 26, because you're putting yourself in a place where you're speaking death over your business. You're speaking death over your business. And the Bible talks about that specifically. It's very, very clear about that. Toby Mac, if you haven't liked Toby Mac's Facebook page, it's a really good thing, because he's got a whole series of stuff and he hashtags that speak life. And there's all these images and stuff out there that he puts out that speak to me all the time that are amazing. The Bible talks about speaking death or speaking life. God created the universe with the spoken word, right? Just his breath, just him talking spoke life. So when you walk around saying that you can't do things, or that your business won't grow, or that network marketing can't work, or that you're never going to attain a certain rank or certain income, you're speaking death over your business. You're literally living counter to scripture, completely the opposite of what you're supposed to be doing. We talked about this in a different night of boot camp, but remember I asked you to walk with me and how you would act, how you would talk, how you would train, how you would speak, how you would work if you were a Royal Crown Diamond right now. And you guys all agreed with me that if there were $220,000 deposited into your bank account on the 20th this month, and the next month it happened again, and the next month it happened again, and then you realized you weren't living in this weird dream fantasy world, but this was your life forever, for the rest of your life, $220,000 a month was going to keep popping up in your bank account because you're a Royal Crown Diamond. You know, you got to this place, you're just like, oh my gosh, right? But you realized that you guys would act differently, right? You would act differently. So, you'd speak with more confidence. You'd make different choices. You would carry yourself differently. So I want you to carry yourself as if you're already there. As if you're already there. That's just confidence. So imagine yourself already in that place. You're already there, and speak life over the work that you do, and then watch your attitude transform, because it will. It will transform if you're already carrying yourself as if you're already there. You've already been chosen to be a diamond. You know, God's already put the business right in front of you at your feet. He's already supplied you with the tools that you need to be able to grow. He's already given you the best oils on the planet. You have everything you need to go diamond. You just got to do it. You just got to do it. A Speak Life t-shirt. I can't make that because Toby Mac already wrote that one. I can only give you things that I've written. So the second thing that I'll tell you is embrace your pace. All right. Embrace your pace. Each person has their own rate that they grow at, and it's okay. It's not wrong. You're not wrong if you're starting boot camp on Monday. Can I tell you how many people have written me apologizing to me that they've fallen behind in boot camp, or that they watched the first 5 videos and haven't gotten through more of them, or that they have seen it from afar and watched a snippet but they haven't actually started yet? Guys, you don't need to apologize to me for that. There's no wrong time to start. You're never late. Those videos are up forever. I'm hoping that you start your team Monday and you run with your team and you do it again with your team. Okay. I'm praying that you continue and you carry the torch on to the next level of leadership in your team. So for the teams that are starting and watching the first video March 1st, they're not wrong. If you're launching with your team on February 18th, you're not wrong. If you're launching with your team on June 10th, you're doing it right. Okay. There's no wrong time. You don't need to apologize to me. Any time that you decide to take this seriously is the right time for you. Okay, that's the right time for you. And however fast you do it and whatever speed you do it, that speed is perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Okay, so what I will tell you is be consistent. Be consistent, all right? Have a plan. Have some madness to your step. Know where you're going, all right? Know what the end game is. Know what your goals are every month. It's important you're filling out your accountability worksheet. You need to know what OGV you're going for, which legs you're working with, which leaders you're working at. I mean, be deliberate in what you're doing, but your speed doesn't matter. Your speed doesn't matter, so stop beating yourself up, all right? Please, all right? I'm going to make you make another promise to me tonight. Stop beating yourself up on your pace. It's okay. You're not making any mistakes. God makes no mistakes in what he's brought to you with this business. So stop beating yourself up, all right? Just know where you're going. And if it takes you 14 years, then guess what? On your 15, 16, and 20, you're not going to be working where you are right now. So isn't it great that you'll be a diamond on year 14, 15, 16, and 20, right? It doesn't matter. To me, that makes it worth the fight, no matter how long it takes you. If it takes you 2 years to get to diamond, that's awesome. That's awesome. But 14 years isn't wrong. There's nothing wrong with that pace, all right? And 2 years isn't wrong either. Now, let me give you a little admonishment. All right, give me a little admonishment. I don't want you to be angry with the people that do it in 2 years or think that they had some magic potion. They just taught classes. That's it, all right? They taught classes. So don't be frustrated with your team members that do it in 2 years if it takes you longer. And don't be frustrated with your team members that take 14 years because guess what? That's their pace. That's their pace, and it's not wrong. So if you have another diamond on your team in 14 years, guess what? It's going to bless you on year 14. So it's not a bad thing. So it's good. Embrace your pace. Embrace your pace, all right? It's my hope that if this book does anything for you, this is my number one hope with this book. If it does anything for you at all, that please, I hope the game plan shows you where this goes, that you can see the end game, that you see when you come out of the tunnel where you are, okay? That you can see the end of it. Guys, my life is totally, completely different from where it was 2 years ago. I mean, totally, completely different. $86,000 in debt gone. World traveler. Almost a diamond, you know? I mean, it doesn't even look the same as it did 2 years ago when I escaped from my 9 to 5, my 40-hour-a-week job. I hope that you can walk away and you can catch the vision of where this goes. Young living is the least amount of effort for the most amount of reward. Okay, it's the least amount of effort for the most amount of reward. So you need to be pouring something into it every single week if you want to get that reward back out of it. All right, back out of it. Now, if you were to commit 40 hours a week to your Young Living business, then yeah, you'd totally explode. All right, you'd absolutely explode. But if you have 2 hours a week, that's enough. Okay, that's enough. Maybe you're not going to explode as fast as somebody committing 40 hours a week, but 2 hours a week is enough. Do what you can and embrace your pace. And don't believe the lie that 40 hours a week is the only way to succeed, because that's not true. All right, it's not true. If anything, I hope that I've shown you that there are 10,000 ways to do this. There's 10,000 ways to hold classes, to do follow-up. You can't mess it up. Just like there's 10 million ways to put the oils on, right? You really can't mess it up. So pick one of those ways that's consistent with your gift set and then be consistent with it. You know, use your gifts. And here's the thing. When you fall off the horse, and you will fall off the horse. I've fallen off the horse 100 times in the 2 years since I started, where I'm like, oh, wow, okay, wow, I need to get back on, right? You're going to fall off the horse. Here's the thing. Don't make excuses. Don't tell me why you couldn't do it. I don't want to hear why you couldn't do it. Just get back on the horse. Just get back on the horse. And don't stay in the place of the blame game. Don't just start pointing fingers at people and live in the negativity and speak death over your business. Come on, guys. You've been trained better than that. All right, you've been trained better than that. You know what you need to do. So don't live in the land of the negative. Speak life. All right, get back on the horse. Keep moving and keep being consistent. If you go 3 months and you don't teach any classes and your OGV starts doing this and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Yes, you do. Yeah, you do. You look back and say, oh, I just spent 3 months pouring into my leaders, but I didn't teach any classes. Duh, Sarah told me 3 things to grow my business, and there's one that I wasn't doing. So what do? You get back on the horse, and you start teaching classes, schedule classes for the next month. That's it. Just keep doing what you've been trained to do, the same 3 things. All right, get back on the horse, keep moving, and keep being consistent. That is what it takes to be a diamond. That's what it takes. Commit what you are able. Set boundaries, including boundaries over your business, and protect the time that you've set aside to work. Don't give up, even when things don't go as planned. The only people who don't make it are the ones who give up. So don't give up. Don't give up. When life throws you curveballs, collect yourself and keep moving. Just keep moving. A couple of other points from the book. Overall, grow from your weaknesses. Take criticism. Take it well. Don't fire back. Accept what you need to accept. Find a bit of truth in it and grow from it. All right. And speak like a leader. Speak like a Royal Crown Diamond to your leaders that are saying that they may not like some of your leadership styles. Avoid the 6 pitfalls. Remember that from earlier on in boot camp. Go back and revisit that chapter. Don't go this way and don't go this way. You stay on the course. You stay on the path and do the things that grow your business. Don't get distracted. We talked yesterday about distractions. Don't go for your certifications. Don't go for building a store. Don't do multiple MLMs. We went through all those yesterday. Those just distract you and they prevent you from ranking as quickly as you could because you're not doing the things that are growing your business. Duplicate. Duplicate, 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 all right? If you really want the system to work, you can't be the only one that knows the system, all right? Your team has to know the system. So you should constantly have people going through boot camp, constantly, and you should be checking in with them. Who on your team is starting Monday? Who on your team is starting this boot camp on Monday? Who has their books coming? You know, if you order it today on Amazon Prime, it'll be there before Monday so they can start, right? Do they already know 2 people that they want to train? Are they bringing them with them when they're doing the boot camp on Monday? Are you working with all of your upper leadership starting on Monday? Are you just launching your team and you don't have any leaders? Well, then I would say buy the 100 pack of Game Plan Minis and hand them out like candy. And as soon as you've got leaders, then introduce them to boot camp. Go through the first class and then have them do boot camp and rinse and repeat. Every 5 weeks, you should be starting new teams. That means every 5 weeks, you should be starting new teams. So what that means is that in the course of a year, you should have taken 10 teams through boot camp. All right, 10 teams through boot camp, because every 5 weeks is a 5-week boot camp. You're starting another team. You're starting the next team. You're training 2 to train 2, training 2 to train 2. And ideally, your leaders are going to have tons of their leaders on the boot camp also. They're going to be watching the videos. They're going to be doing the workbook. They're going to be reading through the book. All right. So you got to duplicate, rinse and repeat. Every 5 weeks, you should be starting new teams. Every 5 weeks. That's how this system works. If you read this and you grow, that's great, but you need your leaders to know it too. Okay, you need your leaders to know it also. So use the resources. Use the website. The website is loaded with stuff. I mean, loaded with resources for you. Use incentives from the Oilability Team store with the t-shirts and the mugs to motivate when they get halfway through or a quarter of the way through. Or for your person who got the most leaders on, send them a Diamond Rising mug for $10, Anything that you need to do to keep that level up of excitement and energy on your team as you guys are working through the boot camp, because they're all Diamond Risings. They're all Diamond Rising, all right? The next thing I'll tell you is know your why and revisit it often. Look at your vision board. Speak those words of life over your business. All right. Speak the words of life. Pray specifically over your businesses. Get your prayer journal. I've seen photos of some of your prayer journals you guys have done this week. I was blown away. Yours knock mine out of the water. They look good. And some of you guys are also, I can tell you've done those Bible journals, the journaling Bibles where you do the drawing on the side. I can't even draw stick people straight. So I'm always in awe of the people that can do those like crazy, like watercolor and colored pencil drawings. I mean, it's amazing. Some of the stuff I've seen you guys doing. So, pray specifically over your businesses. Connect relationally with your downline. And I'll tell you this too, always keep the distributor at the heart of your business. All right, they should always be at the very, very center of your decisions. If your heart is always for them, then God is going to bless the work of your hands. So don't be so concerned where every penny of your check is going. If you and a leader find that you've both been prospecting the same person and you're above them, I would give it to the lower leader. All right, don't worry about where your check is going. Don't worry about where you would like to see a leader that's just signed put on your team. Worry about where they would best be blessed. I do this all the time. Somebody will sign on my team, and I realize they're from South Carolina. I live in New York. I really want them on my diamond leg, but I got a whole team on my platinum leg that's from South Carolina. So what am I going to do? Even though I need them on my diamond leg, I'm going to move them with the South Carolina people because I know they're going to be able to work together and bless each other's OGV. So if your heart is always for the distributor and you've always got their back and they're always at the center of all the decisions that you make, I'm telling you, there's something special about that. God is going to bless that. He's going to bless the decision to make sure you're taking care of your leaders and that you've got their back and that they're always where your heart is, all right? Place them where they're most blessed and God will honor it. Be a good steward of your time and your finances, and God will give you more time and more finances. So those are some of the principles that you guys have learned in boot camp, and I hope that it's given you some really good food for thought to keep at the forefront of your mind. I'm going to go through one last time of what one cycle of your business looks like. So if you guys are following along, this is chapter 25. We're on page 205. This is the cheat sheet to go from starter kit to silver. And I put this right at the back of the book. Cheat sheet to go from starter kit to silver, just so that you guys can remember, okay, what did she say do first? What did she say do second? So there were 10 steps to this. Number one, if you're brand spanking new, get your starter kit. All right, get a starter kit. Maybe you're in the boot camp, you don't even have the starter kit, and that's totally okay. I saw somebody tonight that said my starter kit just got here, which is awesome. She's like on day 24 of a boot camp for the business and doesn't even have her starter kit yet. That is tenacity. Like, that's serious tenacity, all right? So get your starter kit. Number 2, photocopy Appendix A, which is the simple 101 script from the back of this book, and practice it. Just read it and read it and read it and read it. So the first thing you do is you get your kit. Second thing you do is you practice the 101 script, which I probably had over 3,000 people written me already that have signed people in the last week from using that script. Over 3,000, probably even more than that. Why? Because it's education driven. It's the who, what, when, where, why, how of oils. You know, it explains all the isms of using them: safety, purity, you know, why purity matters and all that. It's a great script. It's really good. It's very informative. It's got a lot of good nuggets in it in a very small space. Number 3, make a list of your contacts everywhere. Grab them off Facebook, grab them off your Christmas cards list, even former coworkers that you used to work with, neighbors, you know, whoever. That's your warm market. You guys have a whole list of your warm market. So if you plateau at all after boot camp, go back to your warm market and start doing one-on-one classes with them until you can get out of your plateau. Teach 101s for a while, do vendor events for a while. It's okay. It's all right, all right? This is what you're going to draw from to start filling classes, is that warm market list that you have. Number 4, set up a Facebook event for a class. Click on more and then events if you're on Facebook, all right? Fill out the description, use powerful verbs, and make the lecture exciting. And if you need to copy the writing that I put in this book, it's all right. I put it in the book for you. If you don't have a copy of this book, it's on Amazon. Game Plan, the complete strategy guide to go from starter kit to silver. So grab it off Amazon and copy the scripts. I put them in there so that you could copy them. All right, for yourself. Do not copy them and distribute them among your entire team. Tell your team to go get the book, all right? But for you, yeah, you can use anything you want out of this book. Put a photo on your event. The 5th thing is ask 3 people in your warm market to invite 50 of their friends to the class. They can't just share it to their page. They have to go under the invite friends button in the event and then invite people. Ask them to say something nice about you in the class and make up a gift basket as a thank you. So have 3 invite 50. Somebody asked in one of the other boot camps, how do I do that? Do I set it all up at the same time? I do. So if I'm teaching 4 classes in the month of February, the last week of January, I set up all 4 events. I asked 3 different people to invite, so I'll have 12 people total that are inviting. And then I mark it using the exact same images because they're different people invited to each class, and I just do it all at the same time. It's very easy to do it that way. And then I make up a gift basket as a thank you. Number 6, market the class for 2 to 3 weeks with no more than 1 to 2 posts a day. Number 7, open your doors and read the 101 script to the people sitting on your couch. And with a strong close. There's a couple of different closes in here, and maybe closing is not your strength. These scripts are not going to make you feel salesy. They're education driven. So they're not bad. All right, they're not bad at all. So number 7 is you read the script to the people on your couch and with a strong close and tell them where to get the starter kit. Otherwise, you're going to walk out not even realizing that you're selling anything. Number 8, follow up. Follow up. We did an entire class on this last week and how critical, even as a distributor and as a star, that follow up is, because then you're not starting at 0 every single month. It's so important that you're touching base with the people that got the kits. Call or mail a handwritten note to those who came. I generally don't do this by email because it's too impersonal, so I stay in contact. The average person can only say no 7 times. So ask 8. All right, ask 8. No, I don't ever memorize my script. I just print it off. If they don't get the book till after they do one class, how do they get the script? I just have them. It's 2 days to get the book. All right, so you shouldn't be marketing your class for 2 days. You should be marketing your class for 2 weeks. I'd really encourage them to get the book. We've given away a ton of stuff for free, and it blesses us when your teams get the book. So I would have them just grab the book. The script is in the back of the book, right? So number 9 is follow up. Make sure you're touching base. And number 8. Number 9, rinse and repeat. Teach 4 to 6 classes a month if your goal is silver and 6. Rinse and repeat. Number 10, as someone on your team turns to the person next to them and sells their own kit, grab the appendix tool. We're going to talk about this one tomorrow, the teacher training in the back of the appendix, and train them. It's 3 pages. Just train them how to do the business. Make sure you touch base with your new leader once a week. To get to silver, build under 2 strong leaders. When your OGV crosses 10,000 and every leg is over 4,000, then you've made it. You've made it, all right? Number 11, don't hunt people. Don't get lost in the nose. Change the philosophy of how you see the business. You're collecting relationships, not kit sales. So don't take it personally if they don't order. It's all right. Just move on and keep yourself so busy scheduling classes that you don't notice the nose. Just keep yourself so busy. Keep the focus on education instead of on sales. Number 12, pray. Pray over your business and use abundance oil abundantly. Abundantly. God has you and God has this. He's got it. You were meant to be free. So get out there, world changer. Be bold and have confidence and bless all of the people that you meet. And number 13, very important. You guys got to be working on this. Grab the Oilability Accountability Worksheet from the appendix in the book. And if you want to print it out, it's free under the free resources at oilabilityteam.com. Just print it out. You got a hard copy of it. You can print it front to back, so it's only on one sheet of paper. I put it in my planner and carry it with me. It's going to help you see each month laid out before you. So make a goal of getting that thing totally filled out by the 25th of each month for the next month. Then you'll always stay ahead on your business. You're never going to feel like you're behind. You know what your goals are. You know your OGV goals. You know which leaders you're working with. You have all your classes scheduled. They're already starting to be marketed. You're always going to feel ahead of the game if you have that sheet filled out by the 25th of every month. You're going to know exactly where you're going every single month. So it's really, really important. You can do this. I believe with all my heart. I mean, after digesting all that this book has told you, I told you this book was dense, wasn't it? It's really, really dense book. Keep it at the forefront of your mind that it really all comes down to just 3 very simple things. 4 to 6 classes a month, do good follow-up afterward, get them on ER, and train your leaders. That's it. It's those 3 things. Rinse and repeat those 3 things over and over and over and over again. And as you rank, don't forget those 3 things, despite the title that follows your name. Don't forget those 3 things. The day that you forget them is the day that your business stops working. Okay? It's when it stops growing, is when you stop doing those 3 things. So even if you're a Royal Crown Diamond, all right, you got to continue doing those 3 things. You got to continue doing those 3 things. So real quick rundown of the 10. We'll talk about marketing on one of my roundtables. All right, I'm not going to do it tonight because we're getting really late on time. But the 10 things again. Number 1, get a starter kit. Number 2, practice the 101 script. Number 3, make a list of your warm market, which we did in the workbook. Number 4, set up a Facebook event and have 3 people invite 50. Number 5, set up the Facebook event. Number 5 is to have 3 people invite 50 people. Number 6, market the class for 2 to 3 weeks. Number 7, open your doors, read the 101 script sitting on your couch. Number 8, follow up. Number 9, rinse and repeat. Number 10, if somebody turns around and sells a kit, train them. Train them. Get the 3-page teacher training out of the back of this book and sit down and read it with them. Number 11, don't hunt people. And don't get lost in the philosophy. Don't get lost in the notes. Change the philosophy of how you see the business. Collect relationships, not starter kits. Number 12, pray over your business. And number 13, fill out the accountability worksheet by the 25th of every month. Okay? Fill out the accountability worksheet by the 25th of every single month. So for the next several days, I'm going to be posting some stories from our team because I want you guys to see that the system works and it's not just me. I'm only one member of a 3,900 member team. Okay, I'm only one person in that team, and there are so many amazing, amazing, amazing people on the Oilability team. So many very gifted people. Let me share just a little snippet as we end here of some of their stories because I put them right into my book. I even use their real names. From chapter 26. Angela is an Oilability Silver and 6 and a school teacher with a lot of debt. She paid off over $30,000 in debt this year, as well as giving another $8,000 to charity. She also got married completely debt-free. Her goal is to be 100% debt-free in 2018, and I just talked to her last week, and she's on track. Rachel is a Young Living Silver and 6. These are all people from my team. She was able to retire from all 3 of her jobs. In fact, in August of 2016, she left her 3rd job weeks before her wedding, and she's now fully supported by her Young Living income. She's no longer working 60 hours a week. I watched her for 10 years work 60 to 80 hours a week as a Walmart manager. All right, she has her life back. She's got her life back. Sheena is an Oilability Gold who ran a wonderful natural health store in Eldred, Pennsylvania. She first came to a 5-person class, and then she came to the same class in a different town. She is probably the most soft-spoken person on my entire team, and I believe this month is her platinum month. This is the month she's going to go platinum. What I didn't know about Sheena is that she's extremely competitive. And she became, even though she didn't talk very much, she became convicted to take the business seriously when one of her downline members had a larger paycheck than she did. She went from executive to silver in 11 days, beating my team record of 18 days at Stinker. And now she's retired and home full-time with her 2 boys. She's home full-time. Teresa is an oil ability silver and 6 with a severely autistic, nonverbal son. She started taking her business seriously in May of 2016, and she doubled her OGV in 1 month. Matter of fact, just 2 days ago, her OGV crossed 15,000. She says it's going to cross 20,000 this month, and her goal is to be a gold this spring. They've lived in poverty longer than I have, okay? This soft-spoken mom now runs a vendor booth at a large-scale event called The Windmill in upstate New York every weekend, and she's leading a powerful team behind her. She's connected and won the love and the respect of the entire Oil Ability team because of her ability to organize, write, and educate. She's currently in the process of building her first home after more than a decade of extreme poverty. She's got a nonverbal autistic son and 4 other children in addition to that. Sharon is an Oil Ability silver and 6 who endured 40 years of physical abuse from an alcoholic husband. She separated from him and moved across the country to be near her grandchildren and took a $10 an hour job in Ithaca, New York. After 16 months with Young Living, her paycheck surpassed her full-time income. She's now able to buy a home and be totally self-sufficient because of her Young Living paycheck. Sharon just moved this week into the first home in New York that she was able to buy entirely by herself. We have over 100 people on our team that have either retired or semi-retired in under a year by taking this seriously and by committing to those 3 things: 4 to 6 classes a month, 4 to 6 classes a month, training their leaders, and doing good follow-up. That's it. Okay, that's it. Rinse and repeat. Those 3 things. Fill out your accountability worksheets and stay focused. Stay focused on the things that are going to grow your business. Guys, you can do this. You can do this, okay? Your homework for tonight, if you haven't read it yet, is to read chapter 24, 25, and 26. They're all very short. They're just a couple pages in the game plan book. And then also in the workbook to do chapter 24, 25, and 26. They're also pretty relatively short assignments. Tomorrow, I'm going to load you with tools. Lots and lots of tools. I don't ever give you a task and tell you to do something without putting tools in your hands to give you what you need to be able to move forward, all right? So tomorrow is our tool night, and it's going to be the very last night of boot camp. And I'm so sorry, but it'll be the end. We do have an end to this. And we have a new announcement that's going to save you even more on your bulk books for your team. We've been working really hard behind the scenes to get the price even lower on the bulk books. So I believe with all of my heart that you guys can do this, okay? You can do this. I know you can. So I will see you tomorrow night. Same bat time, same bat channel, 9 p.m. for our final night of boot camp. Get all your leaders on for the very, very last night. We're going to hit the appendixes. I'm going to go through the tools on the website. Last night of boot camp, and oh man, am I going to miss you guys. I'm going to miss you guys so much. So I figured I would end tonight with a giveaway just to have a little fun. For the very first person who has 2 leaders already on this boot camp training with me right now, we're going to end with a contest. I want you to tell me if you have 2 leaders on with you right now that you are a Diamond Rising, and I'm going to give away a signed book, okay? Signed books. I'm watching. Just hashtag Diamond Rising, and you can only do it if you have 2 leaders on with you right now that are already training with you. So I'm watching for the first person to say it. First person. The first person that says it, I'll call your name out, and I need you to send me what you won, which is a signed book, and then also your address so I know where to mail it. Who out there has 2 leaders on with them? I want you to hashtag Diamond Rising. All right, Shiantel Taylor. I don't know if I said your name correctly. Shiantel Taylor, you have won it. You have won it. You'll have to write another book. I'm actually working on another book right now. I'm actually working on 3 more books right now, believe it or not. Game Plan 2 is in the works, but it's going to take me a while. So Shiantel, you are the winner. All right, you're the winner. Congratulations for having 2 leaders on with you right now. Janice, you know what? You're a winner too. I just picked 2. So Janice and Shiantel, tell me that you want a signed copy of the book. IM me. We will get to it. All right, we will get to it. And just give me your address so I know where to mail it, and we'll send it off. All right. I love you guys. Oh man, I'm like almost going to cry for myself that we have 1 more night of boot camp left, but we got 1 more tomorrow night. It's going to be an awesome, powerful, dynamic night. So get your leaders on, be with us for the very last boot camp for Game Plan. And one more thing I want to tell you, I do have 2 Game Plan events scheduled. They're the only ones I have scheduled right now. One of them is March 25th in Chicago. And I got teams requesting a full day event where we go through boot camp intensely with all their leaders locally. It's going to be in Chicago. So if you're in Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Missouri, all right, and you want to drive up for that, it will be March 25th. Save the date. The second one is going to be in Dallas, Texas, and that will be on September 11th. I believe. I'm pretty sure September 11th is the date that they picked, but I'll put that up as well. So if you're in Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, Alabama, any of those states that are relatively close to Dallas, 10, 12 hours away, we have teams driving in from 12 hours away to come to that event. We're going to put 500 tickets up. Once the 500 sell, then we'll sell out. And I always keep my stuff really, really cheap. It's like $10. It's not expensive. I keep it cheap, just enough to cover the cost of the venue and for us to get out there. So once we know the price of the venue, then we can set a ticket price. But those two sites are the only two game plan trainings that I'm going to do in person between now and the fall. So if you're really interested and you want to come out in person, March 25th in Chicago and September 11th in Dallas, Texas. All right. Love you guys. Get all your teams. Hashtag all the teams out to those. I'm not going to do a lot of book signing events because I got 5 babies and I need to be with my babies. All right. I need to be with my babies. So I'm not in a season of my life where I can tour all over the country. Indiana, not in Indiana. I'll be in Chicago. In Chicago, we have Indiana teams. We'll have the information up on the Oilability Team website and also on the Facebook. All right, also on the Facebook. So I love you guys. You have an awesome, awesome night, and I will see you tomorrow night for the very final night of boot camp. I'm going to go now before I start crying. I'll catch you tomorrow, and congratulations to our winners.